Well, hi there, everybody, and welcome to my podcast, Love Letters to Pam, The Jack Church Show. And of course, I'm Jack Church. And you may also be watching via our YouTube channel. And either way, we always appreciate the support. Please spread the message, leave the reviews, and pass it along so we can continue to grow both the podcast and the YouTube channel. I'm coming to you this evening from kind of an odd location. I'm sitting on the grounds of Somerset Community College in Somerset, Kentucky. You may be saying, well, why are you there? Well, it's part of my work travels, and this is just where I'm at for the week, for 3 nights at least. And so I've had an opportunity to meet some fascinating people, doing some interviews for my work and such. Then in the evening, of course, is the downtime. And that's what I want to talk about, the downtime. And for those of us who have experienced loss, downtime can mean a couple of things. To maybe before you lost someone, downtime meant a time of relaxation, rest and recovery, and looking forward to the next day. Yeah, I've got a little bit of that. Then the added layer to downtime is just feeling a little down at the end of the day. Throughout the workday, of course, we're pretty busy and we're talking with people and doing various things. And of course, the mind stays occupied, and so we stay in pretty good shape throughout the day. Now, for me, in the evenings, I always try and get out. I keep my All Trails app on my phone, and provided there's enough daylight left at the end of my workday, I try and find a trail to go out on and walk 2 or 3, maybe even up to 4 miles, depending on how much daylight is left. Because as I've talked about before, just being outdoors and in the fresh air really helps. And when you're traveling for work, it then kind of gives you that added rest that you need and refreshment, so to speak, to give you a little better night's sleep and then a better, more productive work day. But now then there's also that time when, in the evening, after I've done my walking or trail or whatever it is, that then I'll go out to dinner somewhere, try and find something halfway healthy. And this evening I went to a local restaurant where I had, well, not that you care, I had some smoked chicken. A pretty decent meal, I guess, with a couple of side vegetables and such. And I've pretty well gotten used to going into restaurants by myself. That's not a big deal, but when you're sitting there, though, and you're looking around the restaurant, and you see the other families, and you see the couples, and even groups of people. For example, tonight I saw a group of 5 older gentlemen having a meal together. I saw a group of women having a meal together. And as I continued to scan the restaurant, I realized, gee, I'm the only person by myself in here. But again, I've kind of gotten past that, and hopefully you have too, and you're able to still get out there and, enjoy a meal out, despite maybe feeling just a little bit alone. Then as I came out of the restaurant, as I came out of the restaurant and I'm in the parking lot, it was one of those down moments that hit me. I remember any time we would go to a restaurant after a meal, Pam and I would both say, oh boy, I'm too full to get back in the car. Let's just kind of walk around the parking lot for a little bit. And I had that thought, and then it was that layer of sadness that came in. Just thinking about her and wishing how she was really there to just walk around that silly parking lot after the meal. But of course she wasn't. And you may ask, well, did you still walk around the parking lot? Well, I did, and then I came over here to the community college. I've already walked like 4 miles after work, and when I came over here, it's still daylight, and it seems like when it's daylight, I just want to stay outdoors. And so I came here walking around the campus. And then as I walked around this little community college campus, more memories started to flood my mind again. I started thinking about how Pam and I used to enjoy walking on college campuses. I thought about back to when we were in college. Even though we went to different institutions, we were in the same town, and we would take walks on both of those campuses. And I really miss that. Bottom line, I just miss her. And this message is more about just coping with the little things in life. Those little simple things that we enjoyed with our loved ones. That now we have to learn to try and enjoy those things by ourselves. But of course, it's really, really hard. And then we start to ask our question, will life ever feel as good as it did? And I'm no expert. You guys and girls know that if you've been watching this channel for the last few years or listening to these podcasts. I'm just one guy giving my opinion. And my opinion is, I don't believe it will ever be as good as it was. But we have to remember to be thankful for how good we had it. Oh, it was great. In my case, I've talked about it. Hopefully it was in your case as well. But so far as getting that greatness back again, I've used the term that, well, lightning strikes. You can capture lightning once in a bottle in a lifetime. And that's kind of what I felt when I had Pam with me. So I'm not sure that I'm going to catch lightning in a bottle again. And I've even talked with some widows and widowers who have reconnected and formed a new relationship, and some who've even gotten remarried. And they said even then, they still have their sad moments. They still miss their first husband, their first wife, their first love. And thankfully, though, the person that maybe they're with now, as a general rule, in the ones that I've spoke with, understands that. And they get it. And they realize there has to be a little room left in that relationship for the one that they lost to still be somewhat part of it. So I guess what I'm saying is that despite our loss, we do learn to keep pushing forward. And we have to, no matter how much it sucks. And it does. There's lots of days that I just ask myself, is it really, really worth it? And I guess in some respects, yeah, it is. The same song, second verse, let's sing it all over again, something like that. In the fact that if we're still here, if we've still got breath in us, if we can still move, we've still got purpose out there. My purpose today was through my work. I did some things. And my purpose too was to remain as healthy as possible by getting my exercise in, so I can get a good night's rest, so I can recover well and be productive again during work tomorrow. And then tomorrow evening, I'll do it all over again. I'll likely take another evening walk. And who knows, I'm here for another night. I may end up back on this junior college campus, or they call them community colleges now. Somerset, Kentucky Community College. That's about it. This is a short and sweet message, with the bottom line being, we're always going to have a little bit of sadness in our hearts and in our minds, and I think that's okay. And for all those people that want to tell you that you got to shake it off, forget about it, and you shouldn't be that way anymore, well, again, they don't know. So just keep putting on that smile as best you can, when you can. But when you feel a little overwhelmed, and you have those down moments, and those sad moments, it's okay. It really, really is okay. You don't need my permission to continue grieving, but you do need to give yourself permission to grieve. And the others around you need to give you space to be able to do that as well, whether it takes 10 years, 20 years, or until the day you leave this earth. So again, thanks for listening. Keep subscribing. Leave comments with your provider who maybe you downloaded the podcast from, and pass along our YouTube channel as well, Traveling with Jack and Pam. Until we see you next time, have a great day. Better yet, make it a better tomorrow. And bye now from Somerset, Kentucky.